What's good, my friends? Today we're going to walk you through the ultimate shipbuilding guide in Pirate Nation. Let's get to it. So in Pirate Nation, there's basically three types of boats that you want to build. There's the Sloop, the Galleon, and the Frigate. And each has its own pros and cons and general strengths and weaknesses. Depending on how the game evolves, different boats do become the meta. Like in the past, the Sloop used to be the meta, but right now the Frigate is the meta. And the best way to tell what's the meta is you just go to the marketplace and you look at which boat's the most expensive. As you can see, the Sloop and the Galleon are both pretty cheap at $1.75, but the Frigate is the most expensive right now at about $2.18. If you're a free-to-play player, then you're going to have to grind out the boat. If you're not a free-to-play player and you can afford the $2 to buy a boat, I'd highly recommend it. It makes the game a lot easier. Regarding which boat is the best to craft, I'd probably choose it just based off of your expertise and what matches well, because the game devs are always going to nerf one boat and then buff another, and so I wouldn't really worry too much about it. If you're curious about what is the best boat for your expertise, hit that subscribe button and I will do another piece of content in the coming days. Now, the first thing you want to do when you want to craft a boat is you want to go to this crafting menu, which is this anvil here on the left, and then you want to type the name of the boat you want to make. Let's just say Sloop. You can then click the Sloop, and over here under recipe, it will show all of the materials that you will need to craft that boat. You can also do that for the Frigate, for example, and then you can click the Frigate, and these are all the materials you need for that, and so forth for the Galleon. But let's just go ahead and use the Sloop for this example. Now, the complicated part about crafting a ship is that it's not really clear where to get all these materials. In fact, to get the rusty armor, rusty sight, and ratty sail, you have to grab them from the foundry, the loom, and the workshop, and each of those has its own types of materials that you need. Here's the rusty armor, where you need these rusty tools. Where do you get these rusty tools? And you're like searching for all of these different things. And then now you also want the completed plan, and you're like, hey, where do I get this completed plan? I'll break all of this down for you, and it's a mix between quests and crafting. So for the completed plan, you can go over here to the quests, and then you can type in Sloop, and then you'll see that it's a slippery sloop is the quest that you should be running to get those completed plans. And then to get these high seas map and Billy Club, you're going to have to type it in again here, and you'll want to do this quest meet Billy. Stick to the end of the video and I will go through step by step how to get through all of these different materials. But if you would just like the too long didn't read, here are the quests you should focus on, as well as the skills you should level up. If you want to get a sloop, you're going to want to focus on these two quests, the slippery sloop and meet Billy. I'd recommend that you don't waste your energy doing a bunch of the other quests because they're not very relevant. You'll then want to level up your skills, everything to level 3 except for craftsmanship, which you will need level 5. Then for the Frigate, you're going to want to focus on these two quests, what the Frigate, cut to the point. For the Galleon, get that Galleon negotiation tools, etc., etc. Just focus on one boat for now because that'll be the easiest and fastest way for you to be able to craft that boat. Now let me give you an in-depth breakdown of how to craft a ship. Specifically, we'll be going over the Sloop, but the concepts are the same across all the different boats. So again, to craft the Sloop, you need these 5 different materials. And to make the completed plan, you need one of all 4 of these plans. So you need plan 1, plan 2, plan 3, and plan 4. But the problem is you get a 25% chance of getting any one of these 4 plans, and you only really need one of each to make the boat. So if you get 2 of plan 1, it's a bit of a waste. But it's not a big deal because in the long run, you're going to need multiple of these plans anyway to craft multiple of these boats to then upgrade your boat, which I'll cover in another video. Or you can sell it on the marketplace once you hit command rank 10. To run It's a Slippery Sloop, you're going to need these 2 materials, the High Seas Map and the Billy Club, which you get from running Meet Billy. The Billy Club comes at a rate of 35% and the High Seas Map at a rate of 10%. Now, to get the 2 items for Meet Billy, which is the Faded Map and the Mermaid Sea Scale, I would recommend you just run Gauntlet. Don't do any quests you don't need to. The Gauntlet should be giving you most of the raw materials you need to run this cycle. Now, to make the rusty armor, you're going to need the anchor, these rivets, and these rusty tools. Rusty tools is made with craftsmanship. You're going to need the rusty sight, which is going to require a craftsmanship level of 5. So you're going to need to level up your craftsmanship to level 5. You're going to need a ratty sail, which is going to need weaving at level 3. And basically for everything here, you can craft it. The anchor, the rivets, the rusty tools, the wooden helm, the bolt of fabric, all of these are craftable, so they're not really the blocker. The main thing to focus on here really is that completed plan, where you really want to run the 2 quests depending on which boat you're chasing after. So once you run this enough, you'll get all 4 plans and you'll be able to make that completed plan. Then from there, you just go back here, you'll go to Pirate Sloop and you'll hit craft and you'll be able to craft that boat. Once you've crafted that boat, you're gonna be like, hey, where's my boat? I don't see it in my inventory, what's going on? You can go ahead and click this dock here. You can then hit this anchor and then you'll be able to see your boats right here on the left, and then you can equip attachments. Anyway, I hope that was helpful. I've seen a lot of these YouTube videos are super out of date for season 3. So hit that subscribe button because I will be creating a bunch of new content that is updated for the latest season to give you the latest alpha. And feel free to swing by one of my streams sometime where I will be trying to make $100,000 playing crypto games. See you later.